Granny, you just got to drive that computer and I've got to do the rest, okay?
I can drive the screens, but not that camera.
Streaming.
Unless I put that...
No, you got to drive that camera, Granny.
Can't drive that computer and that camera.
No, I've got to do both. You can't, I can't. You just got to do, you'll just drive the camera, mate. Alright?
Right, what's the different instruction?
What did I tell him?
Drive the computer.
No, don't drive the computer, Granny. Leave the computer to your brother.
Dude, don't. Get how you going, Rick.
I'm sorry, Granny. Granny,
what if we put
Granny,
this...
all jokes aside, I love you to bits.
No worries. What if we... I can drive this camera.
I know you can.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
That'll do.
And the computer.
No,
I can. We can put the tripod next to that bloody computer.
No, don't worry about it. I'll do it.
It'll take 1 second.
I can do it.
You want it?
I could have put it next to the computer and just used my left hand and used...
In there.
On the bales. Take the legs right up on the tripod and sit it right there.
Right. Bossy little glass and use when he wants to do.
Going with you.
On that
I'm
side,
going with you.
And the bottom one.
What's that you're standing in the shower?
Now.
If I come this way with it.
Yep.
You can unplug everything off that camera. Don't stress one bit, guys. Anything can unplug it. Won't
Sit it up next
need to
to,
be reset.
if we can put the legs somehow. Doesn't matter how the legs are because we'll just turn the camera to suit. So we still have power, we still have a picture.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Got a close up of Ian's dandruff problem.
Come around this side here.
Slightly delayed.
Put it back over where you were, Green. Go back over where you were. It'll be fine, mate.
But it won't be an issue for me to do that so long as... Where are you guys standing?
I'll stand here. I can do this. You go over there and service.
Yeah.
Last half mile. Yeah, it is. Just change the direction.
Thank you. So I think it's too high on that. Give it a third of a way. That's level. Right, so that camera's going. Is that the other microphone we're using? Easy, I think it's just a microphone, mate. I don't need that.
I don't know. Really, with a passion. Rounds last night. What are you doing now? Right, good to go. Okay, 2 done. Give me 1 more and I'm ready to go, okay? Are you going to say something smart to me in a minute, Carmichael, or not? I can see you looking out the corner of your eye.
I'd be very nice to me instead of being a smart ass on the candidates' comments anymore. That'd be very nice to me otherwise.
This is going to go longer than 8 minutes, you know that.
I watched one the other night and we waited 8 minutes and then the smart ass comments come in, so I can listen to all that.
Bianca, should be there.
Right.
Why is there no audio? So if I talk into that one, because I had the wrong microphone.
Is it working?
Yep. So you should have audio now. Have you got audio? Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. You can't hear me through that. Is that coming through the speakers? You can hear me, Ian? Check 1, 2. It's going to be delayed. That's the only problem. Either, like Grant said, it cooked, or
You reckon Grant might be on the money?
shush. Don't tell him you'll get a big head, and you know these problems happen.
I didn't know I was turning up Friday, but I might go just to watch.
Okay, right, we're nearly ready to go.
You nearly watched a car crash without a car, didn't you? Did you heal? All good? What did you do?
Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, watching us on the YouTube, Facebook, and all other feeds. Very, very sorry for the bit of a delay. That's fine. Don't worry about those, Anton. You and I just talked, mate, and the live feed will get it. Bianca's trying to work something out for everyone that's here. Unfortunately, Pat can't reach us over there. But firstly, Anton, welcome. Even though it is a little bit late now, we've got one horse in already. Horse has been ready for a little while. This is lot number 122. The Father Patrick out of American Jewel is our first horse in the yard. Anton, beautiful filly.
Yeah, beautiful colt. Sorry, Paul. Yeah,
Colts.
yeah, beautiful colt, mate. It's a first foal out of a. She was a very good Muscle Hill filly. This filly that was unfortunately injured in a pool accident, actually. But yeah, first foal from a Muscle Hill daughter. from the family of Andy Gaff's good mare at the moment, Vacation Hill, and yeah, he's a beautiful Father Patrick colt, which is bred on that good cross of the. There's no, yeah.
You're better off probably going to the middle and speaking up. There's nothing's working.
Rightio, we're going to try and do it a little bit different. I know how we will actually do it. Just give us a little bit of a second on anyone watching it on the live feed. I reckon, Anton, you and I are going to have to jump over there where Mr. Carmichael is, mate, somehow.
Okay.
So I'll get you to walk around in front of the camera and we'll go from there. But if you go first, you're right, mate. And I'm going to try and... This is just not working one bit. It is working now, is it? The speakers are working, but they're a bit delayed. Righto, Anton, you grab that one over there, mate. No, that's right. You're right, mate. You talk whenever you like. This is just not working at all because of our audio. So, yeah. So, sorry, Anton. You were saying about this colt here in the yard now, the Father Patrick out of American Jewel.
Yeah, it's the first foal out of a Muscle Hill daughter. She was a very talented horse, unfortunately injured. I thought she was a very good filly, the mum of this horse, Paul, and yeah, he's a beautiful colt. He's obviously bred on that great cross of the Father Patrick out of the Muscle Hill mare, like so many of the better Father Patricks are, and yeah, he's a really nice colt that we like a lot.
Yep, he is. He's a beautiful type. That is lot 1, number 222. We'll let Trace take him out, and we'll bring in our next one, which is going to be lot number 129, the first of the Love Yous. You've got a great draft of Love Yous, Anton, in this sale. Trace, you can actually go out. Trace.
You're good, Trace.
Trace was away. We'll just wait for the next one to come in. And Ian, can you just come and talk to Anton just for a second while we wait for that next horse? I'm just going to get Mr. Ian Carmichael to talk. I'm going to do something very quickly, that's all. So if you could just keep Anton some company for 2 secs.
If he's going to do something quickly, Anton will be the first time today.
You haven't seen much speed, have you?
No, he's lacking a bit of gate speed for sure. But technology's a wonderful thing.
I'm glad it's him, not me. It's a big.
Anton coming into the parade now is lot 129. Paul's still over there making some adjustments, so you can give a summary of 129. Nice moving horse.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, big, strong Love You colt from a classic family, American family, the family of Arndon, which has been such a good family in New Zealand for such a long time. This family, and yeah, he's a really nice colt. This colt, and from day one, the guys have liked him. He's a big, strong horse, and so he's a beautiful Love You colt.
Well behaved colt for his first time in a venture or something like this. There's a crowd around him. He's very relaxed.
Yeah, and the guys have done a great job with these horses this year. They're all well mannered, and he's very straightforward, easy colt, and nice type, good walk. Yeah, he's a beautiful colt, very alert.
Right, we're back. We're trying to get some audio working for the people here on site, Anton. It's a little bit frustrating, but he's a lovely type of horse, this horse. I did the video trot-ups of him. He's a big strapping colt, isn't he?
Yeah, no, definitely, Paul. He's typical of the good, nice Love You colts. He's got a big, strong shoulder on him, and a bit of length, and like I said, he's from a classic family, family of Arndon, North American family. It's a great family for a long time. He's
one of those ones with that unique breeding that I was talking to you about. He's got the Arndon, and he's also Arndon is out of Royden Gell, and then Aspiring Gell is by Sundon. It's a unique little cross. It throws a fair bit of intrigue out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's worked so well with Love You for for many years down here now. You know, obviously he's been a great cross with the Sundon line horses and Arndon line horses. So yeah, that's obviously the reason why we've chosen this horse, you know, this mare to go to Love You. You know, trying to breed a colt like this, and yeah, we're lucky that we got a nice colt.
No, we have indeed, rightio. We'll let him move out for a second there. Good to see a good turn up of people, Anton. Just a bit of a problem that they can't hear us. Unfortunately, it's a little bit frustrating for everyone concerned.
Yeah, Paul. No, but it's you know, we appreciate everyone coming out today, and it's yeah, it's a great thing, and we're very thankful for everyone coming.
I appreciate everyone holding online. You're off. So, and we're just waiting now for the next one to come in. The next colt to come through is actually the Boudamont, which is lot number 135, coming into the ring now, Anton. Little rep of this one. As I said to you, I was fortunate enough to do the video work on these horses the other day. Hasn't this bloke got a beautiful action? And he's very showy with the 4 white feet.
Yeah, he's a stylish little colt, this colt. The mum of this horse was actually a very, very nice filly. She only had a handful of starts, I think 10 starts, and won 3. It was a mare that Pat was quite keen to get into the breeding barn early, and being a daughter of Reddy Cash, and you know, we got a lot of hope for this mare to be a good brood mare, and this is her first foal, first colt obviously, and yeah, he's a flashy type, much like his mum, and yeah, he was a sharp little colt.
You're big on the European bloodlines, and the likes. Reddy Cash as a sire is just a superstar.
Personally, Paul, I think he's the best sire in the world. You know, he's done it in the toughest jurisdiction in the world. In France is the hardest place in the world. You know, there's something like 15,000 horses bred there every year, and a silly amount of stallions. I think over 500 stallions, and he's been the best for a long time now. So yeah, I couldn't talk highly of the horse enough.
And then the rest of his family, like Show Me the Maori, we don't have to talk too much about her. A horse like Vincennes, he was a horse that you fell in love with. You really, really loved him, and I know that you had a soft spot for him. But little horses there back in the bloodlines, Revelstoke, a horse from last year that I know you're keen on. Showed her best a couple of times, and she's like, this year would be a good year for her, I would imagine. It's one you're looking forward to.
Oh, she's a horse I've got a lot of time for, Paul. I think she's a very good filly. Yeah, she made a few little mistakes there last year, but as you see, she's close up in this horse's pedigree. You know, she's the dam of this horse and her dam are sisters or half sisters, and yeah, she's a very good filly, Revelstoke.
As is indeed, Trace. We'll let that one go by, and we'll bring in the next one. Do you have a favourite family at all, Anton?
Fast ones, Paul.
It's always good.
Long as
hey,
they're fast, yeah.
as long as they're
Yeah,
quick.
I don't mind where they come from. They can come from anywhere, I guess. But yeah,
they're fast. That's
fast
right.
families.
Yeah. So, and I think that's key. They look good this year, Anton. The horses, they look terrific, don't they? They've done a great job. The staff.
The guys have done an amazing job on these horses. You know, the whole way through, Paul, from when they were born, the girls in the vet clinic, and then since they've been up here with Louise and Gary and Marika and the whole team, they've done an amazing job with these horses. You know, they're a different animal to last year, you know, to handle and be around, and obviously they look great, so we're very happy with them, yeah.
Absolutely. I just missed a little bit of the footage there, but we've got Marika now coming in with lot number 146, Anton, which is the Volstead out of Courchevel. She won $105,000 in stakes herself, and was a ripping horse. She ran third in the Victorian Trotters Oaks, but the family afterwards been by Love You out of Kathy Gallion, a great New Zealand family, mate.
Yeah, she was a mare that we trained here, and she was obviously a very good mare, Courchevel. You know, I Love You. She was 2 times Group 1 placed and made over 100,000. This is her first foal. He's a beautiful colt. You know, he's a colt from day one that we've really liked. You know, Pat wanted to give Courchevel a stallion with a bit of speed, and she was a very tough mare, you know, and so we chose to go the Volstead, and yeah, we're lucky enough to get a beautiful colt, and I know the guys really liked this horse from day one. He was a beautiful foal, and he's developing into a nice horse.
He is indeed. This is the first of your the Volsteads we've had through. You were very keen, both you and Pat, very, very keen on Volstead. Didn't come back this year, not because you didn't want to, you just weren't able to get him back there this year.
Yeah, no, it turned out to be a little bit tricky with a few different things, but he was obviously a very good horse, Volstead. You know, he made $900,000 racing in Europe, which is a hard thing to do, you know. So he's obviously a son of Cantab Hall, pure American bred horse. He was obviously a great racehorse, and this is his first crop of yearlings.
Yep, it is indeed. Parisian Amour is by Love You down there a little bit in the lines too. That was a lovely little horse. Only had the 6 wins. It's a surprise only had the 6 wins, but competed in all the really good races. Anton.
Yeah, no, that's right, Paul. She was a very good mare, Parisian Amour. And there's another horse in there, a horse by the name Iron Love that I have in training at the moment, who I got a big opinion of. He only had the 2 or 3 starts as a 2-year-old and won one. And he's obviously a full brother to the dam of this horse. And this colt here reminds me much of him. Very similar type.
When the yearling videos come out and people see him, he's super light on his feet. That horse, I must say. So. He looked an absolute treat there, that bloke did, as he just leaves the arena, and we'll get the next one in. I can't believe Ian Carmichael, after everything that's been going on to me today, Anton, Ian Carmichael's giving me cheek about my cranium. I think of all the things I don't need cheek like that on a day like today.
Blinding.
I didn't get a chance to get a hat. We had to do some emergency rearranging. But anyway, we've got everything under control now. So we will get one. There's probably one in there on the table. No, I'm fine, Granny. You're not going any better than me. It's all right. The little brothers looked after me. We're back talking, which is always good. So. We'll get this underway. We're just waiting on the guys now to get the next one out. We're throwing them under the bus, Anton. I'm about an hour late going, and now we've got them. They're on the hop.
Yeah, they'll be right. They got it all under control, and I think he's on his way out there now.
It is. I think we got things sorted. The people that are here, they're actually watching, listening just slightly in delay. So I'm sure they appreciate that. But as they start to come in, first of the Franco-American breed coming in today. Anton, this horse here, lot 148, is a Love You out of Cupid Sealstar. This horse had the one win. I think I saw Nathan Purden there. Nathan Purden actually won on her at Terang, I believe it was on that occasion. But the rest of this is right up your alley. It's an overseas bloodlines, which just looks impressive as, Anton.
Yeah, this colt's a classic Franco-American bred horse, Paul. You know, he's obviously a Love You out of the Canadian bred mare, and she actually was a very good mare. She only had 2 starts, if I recall correctly, as a racehorse, and won one and went amiss in the other. And it's a very good family, Paul. As you see, you go down to horses like Razzle Dazzle Tom and the second dam, Charming Tour T, was a good mare herself. Won 15 races. So it's a classic, American family, and he's a nice big strong colt. Got a lot of length. Very, very relaxed, laid-back colt, which is always nice to see. He's not silly, and I know the guys like him also.
Yeah, no, he's a big horse. Anty did a great job there, just standing him up in front of the camera, which is terrific. He just lovely and relaxed. Look at him, like the signs. This wasn't here yesterday for a lot of these horses. This arena and everything. They're doing a brilliant job, aren't they?
Yeah, as I couldn't stress enough, Paul. The guys have done a great job with these horses, and none of this stuff was here yesterday. This is their first time having a look, so just goes to show, the horses are in a great spot.
Yep, definitely is. He's a ripper, Auntie. You can take him out whenever you like, but you can leave him in here until the next one comes if you like, Auntie. But
Bjorn.
Sorry.
Bjorn.
Yeah. They got Auntie written here next to the leader. They can't do that to. They can't do that to me. Is it Bjorn Borg or?
I call him Bjorn.
Very good. You can't. I'm under enough pressure as it is. As I said, I've got blokes throwing cheek at me and everything from everywhere, and now you're saying a different name to the one I had down there. It's not bad, you lot, I tell you. So there'll be a few people sitting back watching it, and they'll be all going there. The next one to come through is a family that quite a few people will know about. Another of the Volsteads. One thing about it, Anton, a few people have said to me too, there's quite a few Volsteads in your draft. There's quite a few in the sales. In your draft, though, all the Volsteads are out of different bloodlines. Like on the dam side, you've got like this horse here is by Majestic Sun, but you've got quite a few different bloodlines for the mares.
Yeah, I guess, when Pat sits down and does the pedigrees, obviously, he puts a lot of work into it, Paul, and countless hours trying to figure out what works best. And, with a horse like Volstead, he was so versatile to go over so many different types of mares. So we had that luxury being a Cantab Hall and not much Cantab Hall lines down here. So, we gave him a big cross-section of mares, I guess, to try and see what works best.
Yep. And it gives people a great opportunity. And he's a stylish colt. Look at him just with the head down, nice and relaxed there. I keep saying it, that this wasn't here, but he just walks in like it's been there every day.
Yeah, this is a beautiful colt, Paul. This is a very, very nice colt. He's first foal out of a good mare, Cyclone Jetta. She was a very good race mare. She only had, wouldn't have had more than 20, 25 starts, Cyclone Jetta, and we decided to put it a stud. And from a great New Zealand family of Glenferrie Typhoon, and the second dam, Cyclone Vance, has been one of great producers for a long time. So
yeah, 12 live foals, 10 raced, 8 winners. You can't get much better than that. And some quality winners there, Glenferrie Typhoon, U-Bolt. And then Cyclone U-Bolt, Jake, Dream, and Lucky 7, who's still racing now. This bloke's just all racehorse, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, Paul. He's a classy colt, and you can just see the way that he carries himself. He's very smart. He's a good walker. His photo was sensational. I thought, he's a horse that carries himself well, and we love him, this colt.
When people see the video, they'll like it too, because he's all class there. He's got something about him. We're going to wrap them all up. That's what we're here to do. But honestly, he's a lovely racehorse. Marika's quite a tall girl. Like anyone that's watching online, Marika's not short by any stretch, is she, Anton?
No, she's a tall girl, Marika, and
she walks out okay too, doesn't she? I'm lucky I'm on the other side of the hay bales, Anton.
Yeah, no, you should be over here.
But no, that's a lovely one there. Like 140, 49. Marika's right to go whatever you want to go there. So. It's a little bit off-putting, that delay, isn't it, Anton? You hear yourself back when you have when you have the silly jokes. It does catch you out a little bit, that's for sure. So we'll let Marika. I just got that off shot a bit too quick, but there's Marika going past now, and we'll let her take that one out. Next one, this is my favourite, Anton, of all the horses I got to watch the videos and the trot-ups. This is probably the one that I've got a little bit of a soft spot for, and beautiful mare herself, Elderbaron Eve. One of your favourite mares, I think, from the racing point of view.
Yeah, she was, Paul. She was a difficult mare, but she was a good mare. She won 2 Group 1s, and obviously last year we had the first foal out of her was a Love You filly that Paddy Lee bought, that they have a big opinion of, and this is her first colt, and he was a colt that was a sort of special colt from day one in the paddock. He was a standout colt, and early on, we liked him basically from day one. And as you said, he had a great video, this horse, and not everyone goes on videos, but I'm a big believer in them, and I think you get to see how they move at least, and he was one that caught my eye.
Yeah, no, he definitely was, and put those on. Okay, sorry, we've got things going on. No, Granny. No, it's all good. But he's coming in right now. I'll get the little brother get organised. He's got me doing a few things, but we're all good to go. And this little colt's coming in now. He is lot number 160, Anton, and I'll let you go on a little bit more about him now as Marika's brought him back in.
Yeah, as you can see, if anyone did see the filly there last year, he's a very, very different type to to the Love You filly that we sold last year. This horse, much more like the mum. Tall, dark horse. Very, very attractive colt. You know, he's got a beautiful walk, a lot of balance. You know, he's a quality colt, Paul. He's a colt that we've, like I said earlier, we've liked him from day one, and he's getting better.
Yeah, he is indeed, and I've just got to try and work out something. Now that's a bit easier, Anton. Both of us can hear each other quite clearly, and we know he'll need that, Mr. McCarmichael. He'll still need the handheld microphone, please. He'll still need the handheld microphone, please. Sorry. This is a well-oiled machine. By the time we get to the end of this, we will be flying. Really nice striking type. Father Patrick, he's done a good job at stud. Anton, he's probably a little bit of an unsung hero as far as in the stallion part, but he has done a good job, especially in America. He's had good quality colts winning over there.
He had a sensational first season, Father Patrick. You know, siring the likes of Green Shoe, and then the filly's Sister Sledge, and obviously Amigo Volo's been his highest earner, and you know, but yeah, his best book's probably still to come, and you know, we hope that this is one of them.
Yep, definitely, and as I said, lovely colt, beautiful colour. And very, very sensible colt, as they've all been so sensible today, the boys, and they were sensible the other day for the videos as well. So, and going from there, a lot of New Zealand people would be really keen on this family. Monbet, Sunny Ruby. We must make sure people are aware, Anton, of the $500 float rebate per $10,000 that you spend to fly these horses back to New Zealand. All these horses are New Zealand bred, New Zealand size stakes, eligible. So that is a key component of all these horses. That's what we want people to be aware of, watching this live feed and even watching the recorded footage.
Yeah, no, definitely, Paul. You know, it's a great initiative that Pat's taken to make these horses New Zealand size stakes eligible, and with the rebate on offer, it gives people a lot of confidence to buy these horses. You know, he's backing himself in, Pat, with these horses. You know, he's obviously put in a lot of work, a lot of time, and he's got a lot of confidence in these horses. You know, we've done the job from day one, from when they're born all the way through. You know, we try and do it all right and produce nice horses. Yep,
it has. It definitely has, and they're not just New Zealand bred. They're also eligible for the Nutrient Sales Classic, which is $62,500 for their 2-year-old year, but they'll race in their 3-year-old year in their own sex for $125,000.
Yeah, Paul, it's a great series. You know, these horses at 2 and 3 are eligible for a lot of money to race for, you know, and on top of that, they're all Vic bred also. So, you know, whether you choose to leave them here or take them back to New Zealand, there's a lot of money on offer.
Just pad out for me for 1 sec, Anton. If you keep talking, they've got the Vic bred, Australian Breeders' Crown, New Zealand side, and the Need for Speed as well.
Yeah. So as you see down the bottom of the page there, they get eligibility. So they're all eligible to the Nutrient Sales Classic Series, and the Vic Bred, the Australian Breeders' Crown, New Zealand Sire Stakes, and the Need for Speed.
Absolutely, you did a good job, Anton. You like this speaker stuff, don't you? You like being able to just talk on the microphone and lip. It's not like I've thrown you under the bus at all, have I, Anton?
I love the sarcasm.
Rightio, we have the only colt you guys have in the sale by What the Hill, who was so well received last year through the yearling sales.
Yeah, this is a beautiful colt also, Paul. This is one that is obviously means a lot to us. You know, we race the sister in Bellalure, and you know, it's a family that we have had a lot of luck with, you know, over the years, and you know, we sold a beautiful colt out of her last year, and actually sold a beautiful filly last year to Clayton Tonkin, Trixton filly, which I know that Clayton has a lot of time for. He's got a big opinion of her. So yeah, this is a really nice colt, this colt, and you know, the What the Hills, they're doing a great job there in North America, and you know, hopefully the reports are good, and he's a nice colt.
Timing can be everything. Yes, last night I got in the car after filling the car up with fuel, actually, at Shepherd and Greyhounds, and Dan Malecki said Bogar sign a win for him's very, very close by, and of course being a half brother to this horse.
Yeah, no, he's another one. He's been a ripping little horse, you know, and Kate Hargrave's got him now and done a great job with him, and you know, he's just been such a good little racehorse for such a long time, and it's a credit to the family. You know, they're a great family, and you know, obviously Umbella Lure, she was a great filly. She won 4 Group 1s as a 3-year-old, including the Derby and you know, the Oaks, and both the Oaks is actually in Sydney and Victoria. And so yeah, this is a half brother to both them horses, and he's a nice colt.
And last year's sale top of the colt out of Umbella Lure. Of course, he topped the sale last year, and I believe he's going quite good with Andy Gaff and the likes. So yeah, we're very happy with him.
Yeah, no, reports are, you know, talking to Andy recently, he loves him. He said that he's a beautiful colt, you know, and he also was a standout colt like this fella. You know, he's a beautiful horse.
Yep, it's a little bit tricky for some of the owners with the when they talk about. Or they try to talk to Andy and get some feedback. He doesn't give a lot away. I was talking to Brett Coffey. He said, "Well, he told us to name him, so we think that's a good sign." And I'm like, "Okay." So that's about as much as you can get sometimes out of some of these trainers. They play their cards close to their chest.
Safety, Paul. Safety.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You don't want to get into the trouble. Muscle Hill's done a brilliant job though in the sire ranks of the trotting horses. Full stop, especially here in Australia.
He's done a great job all over the world, Paul. You know, he's obviously been the leading sire in North America for, you know, past 6 or 7 years at least, and you know, I still to think this day he's probably the best horse I've ever seen, and yeah, he's been a phenomenal stallion, and you know, hopefully now some of his sons can do a job.
Yep, definitely, and there's plenty of them, so I think they should. But they're real racy types of What the Hills. I like the way they look. I like the way they stand up over the ground.
Yeah, no, he seems to stamp him What the Hill. You know, we sold a couple last year, and they were very similar to this fella. And you know, the ones I know, Paddy Lee and Jason Lee, they bought a couple of us, and they liked them. So that's always a good sign. And yeah, no, like I said, this horse is a beautiful horse.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, they've got a little bit of a time the guys here to get through a couple of these. They are struggling. I've actually done the right thing, Anton. I'll put you on the camera too so people can see the
Thanks,
he's
mate.
very happy, but I'll get the brother just to pan across. It's a good turnout of people here. We've got a couple of Kiwis or ex-Kiwis, so we've got a few people with the watching of that with the Josh Dickey over there. I think it was his birthday the other day, young Josh Dickey. What would he be, 21, 22?
Yeah, looks to be.
It's good to see him and Sam Arnie matchy. They from time to time they get into the matchy, but I'll know if that speaker's working in a minute because she'll throw something at me. So yeah, it's working. It's okay. I got a result out of that. They're doing a good job, but Nathan Purden's there too. They're doing a really, really good job. Good to see Spellbound going back over to New Zealand for the race. So hopefully Nath gets to take him over there. Nath might get down on the knees soon too. He might even do a proposal soon. We might be able to get some marriages happening over here, Anton, you think?
Yeah, might do it here.
I'm glad I'm over this side of the arena, don't you worry about that. The bloke in the green shirt's giving me cheek for not giving people cheek. I mean, the cheek he was throwing to me before when I had perspiration pouring out of me, he didn't miss me one bit. So we've got the next colt coming back in, so we will get back onto this track, and this is the Love You out of Lady Angus. This is her first foal. This is another family for the New Zealanders, especially. This has got full of New Zealand trotting horses of the year, colts and geldings. Colts and fillies, sorry.
Yeah, this is a beautiful colt, Paul. This is, personally one of my picks. He's very typical of the Good Love Yous. You know, he's a nice, strong coloured horse. You know, got a good length. He's got a good walk. He's a beautiful horse. You know, as a baby, he was, you know, just a sort of run-of-the-mill foal, but then. You know, he's come on just recently really well, and you know, last week when I come up and had a look at them all, you know, he was one that I really thought was a beautiful colt.
Yeah, he is indeed. And one Yankee Hall, she actually, she didn't. She had a horse go around in the Group 1 race last night. It's a really current family, both the second dam and even then the third dam, with plenty of winners going through it. There's a Redwood winner down there as well, Maidstone Miss and Muscat. I think he might have contested that. But the cameraman, Grant, my brother, mate, he had a good association. One of his more favourite horses was Mr. Sundon, and he's ended up winning 17 races and $150,000 in stakes.
Yeah, it's a great family, this family. You know, obviously it just keeps producing good horses, and it's very current family. You know, it's a very modern family at the moment, and obviously the Forey Ginga, he was a great horse. You know, he was such a tough horse, and the family just keeps on giving.
It does indeed. Denville Star, and yeah, beautiful, sensible colt. The Love Yous. You must be a little bit torn, Anton, having to see these lovely colts going through the yearling sales.
Yeah, of course, that's natural, Paul. You know, like we have done it both ways. You know, we've had a lot of fun racing them, but you know, at the end of the day, for the farm to work, we've got to sell, and that's just how it works. And but you know, you love to see these horses go on and do a job. It's all part of it, and you know, it's rewarding in its own way.
It is indeed. It's got to be rewarding looking at these guys walking around. I mean, you race time Lady Angus. You know, she won 5 races. To see what she can produce here in this parade ring.
Yeah, she was very talented. Lady Angus had a few little issues, but she was actually a very very talented horse. But you know, it was another one that we decided to stop early with her. You know, we probably could have persevered and raced her on, but you know, Pat's of the opinion, you know, once they sort of show that they can, you know, go a bit, if we don't think they're going to go on and be top, you know, we're happy to stop with them and breed from them, you know. So she was in that bracket, and you know, she's one that we've got a lot of faith in to be a good broodmare. You know, we think that she'll produce good horses.
Can't believe how relaxed they are, mate. They're just walking around so quiet. They really just enjoying themselves here today, aren't they?
Yeah, no, that's a big thing for me. You know, like I like to see a horse very relaxed. I don't like to see them on their toes and being silly. You know, and so far all these horses have been fantastic.
Yeah, he's actually left the ring. I'm not sure, Marika's, she's got it sorted out. She knows what we're doing as far as when we take horses in and out, which is good. But it's a good turn up of people here, trotting lovers. They reach far and wide, don't they, Anton? But they're prepared to come to parades and just look at these quality colts.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's a great thing for everyone to come here and have a look at these horses. You know, it's good. It's a good day out, and you know, Ballarat's turned the weather on for us, Paul, and it's nice to be here.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit too warm. My computer didn't enjoy it earlier on, so hence the reason we're a little bit late getting going. But the next of the colts has come into the ring now, and this is another of the Love You. This one is out of the Sundown mare, My Chimera. This is her first foal. She won 10 races and $66,000 in stakes.
Yeah, this is a beautiful, big, strong colt, Paul. You know, he's bred on that classic Love You Sundown cross. The dam of this horse was a very good horse, My Chimera. You know, she just was probably a little bit unlucky. She ran into the year that we had a good bunch of fillies. You know, the same year as Dance Craze and Umbella Lure and Kinvara Sunieta. You know, they were all top fillies, and it was just unlucky that this mare ran into them. But you know, she actually in her own right was a very good mare, and we ended up sending her up to Jimmy Rattray, and he done a fantastic job with her, and you know, she took a mark of 55, which is good in any standard, you know. So it's
good for a pacer.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, she was like I said, she was probably a very underrated mare. She just was a little unlucky to run into that crop, and you know, obviously you look down, Don't Care. You know, he had another win there the other night. He's been a great horse for Kate Hargraves. You know, won a Breeders' Crown and 2-year-old trotting colt of the year. And Cadenas D'Amore actually wasn't a bad mare herself. You know, she took a mark of 58, and obviously go down to Moonlight Dream and Our Dream Lover, and it's just a family that seems to work really well with Love You. You know, the couple of times that it's gone there, it's worked, or even with the French Stallion. So he's a beautiful colt, this colt.
No, he is indeed. He's a lovely, upstanding colt. A horse like Don't Care, he's just a terrific little horse. He just gives for everyone, doesn't he? Because I know Pat donated the what he made at the sales when he sold him. He was the only one that went through that year, but that all went to the Terang Harness Racing Club to build their shed, and then he's given Kate Hargraves some thrills, and I think he won at Shepparton, might have been Friday night, it might have been just the other night. So good to see him back in the winner's circle, and gave her their first Group 1 win.
Yeah, no, the whole story is a great story, you know, from day one. Obviously with Pat giving the money to Terang Club and help them with their building their stables, and you know, and for him to turn out to be a good horse, it's a good bonus. It
is indeed. He's just coming back for one more look. I think we might have a few people very, very keen on him. I know Lockie McIntosh, one of the Lockie McIntosh's great little, I suppose, likes, if you like, when you do Trots Vision with Lockie, Anton, is that he Chestnut Love You. That's it. he just loves them. He's got a real soft spot for him. He went over there and seen him and really enjoys the chestnut love use.
Yeah, well, he's had a lot of good ones. Royal Dream is probably his best son. Sounds silly, but this horse is like a carbon copy of him, to tell you the truth. He's just a big, good coloured chestnut, and Royal Dream himself is a huge horse, and looks just like this horse. So, yeah, it's worked, and there's nothing wrong with the Love You chestnuts.
No, he looks like a horse that's going to grow to that horse, doesn't he, and really, really fill out.
Yeah, he'll be a big, strong horse, that colt.
He will indeed. Next one is just starting to make his way here into the parade ring as we speak. This is the Parisi. This one here is Gary's favourite. Gary Toolman, who's done a great job with preparing and help educate these horses, and this one I know he has a real little soft spot for.
Yeah, Gary loves his colt, Paul. I know he does a bit of work with him in the lunging ring, and he just says this horse has a massive motor. He said he doesn't get tired and has a great attitude towards his work, and he's a strong colt. The mum of this horse was a very fast horse. She was Group 1 placed twice, I think, and she had a few soundness issues, so she was another one that we stopped with quite early, but she could run faster, mum. And it's a great New Zealand family. Obviously, I did it my way and Sundon's way, and it just keeps producing nice horses. But the record of the dam of this horse is no reflection of her ability. She was a very fast horse, the mum, and this is her first foal. Quaker
Jet, son of Love You. He's had 13 wins. He won 13 races. Himself is a sire of 23 horses winners here in Australia, including I'm Ready Jet. That goes pretty fair, I think. Cracker Jet, Amora Jet, but worldwide, he's a world class horse. Quacker Jet, isn't he?
He is, Paul. He's a world class stallion. I know when we first sourced the horse, John Etienne said to myself and Pat that he'll be the perfect horse for down here. He thought that with the smaller Sundon mares and the American line mares, he would just work perfect with them, and he's been right. So we love the Quaker Jets, obviously. And he's a very good stallion.
No, he is indeed, and he's just a lovely colt. I know what Gary likes about him, but he's giving him a unique nickname. But I won't repeat the nickname because I think that puts a little bit of pressure on the horse. But just a lovely, nice, quiet walking horse, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's a good type of horse. Everything's in the right spot, and he's just a nice little colt.
We are live on Facebook and also YouTube, plus Campbell's Comments website. If anyone's got any questions that they want to ask Anton, who's not here today, by all means, fire the questions in. But we won't be asking them. Well, if we get a chance in the middle of swapping some of these horses over, we definitely can, because we are going to have a little bit of time when we swap over the fillies. So if anyone's got any questions to ask about some of the uniqueness of some of these bloodlines, please do. We've got quite a few people watching. Brent Thompson, I just saw just there from the great trotting family in Chichura. He's logged on and watching it, so it's a good way of watching it. You should be here though. The food smells terrific. There's plenty of people done a good job catering, that's for sure, Anton.
Yeah, no, Pat's got all hands on deck. He's got his sisters here, and the girls are doing a great job back there.
I thought he was going to kill me before, but he was all good. He's got it sorted. He's got the good hat on. He's standing in esteemed company as far as good hats, hasn't he?
He definitely is.
Dominic, he's a hammer. He got the chockies last night, actually, Group 1 winner. So it's great to see him here as well. I'm sure he would have had a nice little party, Dominic.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great win, that win last night, and obviously driven by Josh Dickey. He, trained by David Aikens, one of the best, Dave, and no, it was good to see. And
bred by Chris Lang and Hayley Toolman. So it's just a full-on good reception, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great for trotting.
Everyone's here actually, I think. So yeah, Josh is here. Bit early for Aki. Oh yeah, it is too. He might not be out of bed, but no, well done to him. And it makes it good for the sale as well too, coming forward, because that was a Group 1 last night. She's an Image has got one in the sale, so there's plenty of quality going through this sale for Nutrien, which is on April 3rd. Anton.
No, definitely, Paul. There's no better form than winning form, and it's nice to win races around sale time. It keeps people keen and happy, and. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yep, definitely is indeed. That is the Quaker Jet out of Paade. Does that name mean anything at all, Anton?
Oh, you'll have to ask Pat that one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Definitely.
He names them.
I definitely don't want to throw you under the bus there as we just let that bloke walk out, and the next one's actually ready to come in straight away. It's the last of our colts going through today, so we'll be up to the fillies. There's going to be a little bit of a time between the fillies, so if you're watching at home, you've got 5 minutes to do a quick toilet break, or get yourself a coffee or anything along those lines. There's no problems there, but the quality of mares that you guys have been able to race, Anton, you sometimes forget them. Pizza Queen, what a superstar mare she was for you.
Yeah, she was a good mare, Paul. You know, she was a mare that we bought as a baby out of Harrisburg in the States, and she come over here and done a great job. You know, she won an Oaks and went on to free for all class, and she just was a very good race mare. You know, she raced in all the good races and was always competitive. And yeah, like I said, you know, I think when she won the Oaks to Mum of this horse, she was only 2 by age, so it was a good effort. And you know, this is her first foal, a colt, you know, and he's a colt that's come a long way in a short time, because you know 3-4 months ago he you know, he was a little bit of the ugly duckling. You know, you look at him now, he's really developed into a nice little colt.
Yeah, he has indeed. This European family, or it's actually an American family that this horse has, Anton, how does that stack up?
It's actually a great family. I remember the Dam Umbro Domino, she was sold for I think about 200,000 in the broodmare sale to Mr. Bill Weaver. And then obviously you know, she's thrown Pizza Queen, who come over here and has done a great job. But Severium is a very good mare in the States. Donato Hanover, she made $500,000 and won a Bluegrass, and it's a great family. You know, you get down to the likes of Waikiki Beach, who's the sire of Varenne. You know, who's probably the greatest trotter of all time. You know, he's the sire. Yeah, Waikiki Beach is the sire of him. So it's a family of, you know, a lot of depth. And you know, Southwind Vernon was a good horse, made over $500,000, and it's a very, very good family.
No, it is indeed. Varenne, a lot of people talk about how good a horse he was. He's just a superstar, wasn't he?
Oh, you know, you speak to a lot of the probably better judges, you know, or a lot of people, they say he was the greatest, you know. I never got to see him myself, but, you know, a lot of people say he was probably one of the greatest horses to look through a bridle, Paul.
He's got a bit of spunk, this bloke, hasn't he?
Yeah, like I said, Paul, he's come a long way in a short time, this horse, you know. He's going to keep growing too. You can see, you know, he's a little bit bum up, and you know, he's pretty cool little dude.
It's some people are taking the opportunity to get in under the shade, Anton. It's getting it's a touch warm out there at the minute. You wouldn't want to be in a long sleeve green shirt, would you?
No, definitely not.
It would be a little bit warm on him. He probably needs a hat on, but he's trying to keep the grey hairs grey. I'm not exactly sure what he is doing there. But yeah, as I said, you sort of forget the quality mares you guys have been able to produce on the racetrack, let alone in the breeding barn, Anton. But I suppose that's the next stage of what Pat's after, is having just quality mares that leave Group 1 winners all the time.
Yeah, you know, that's what we're trying to do, I guess, Paul, and that's been, I guess, Pat's plan from day one, you know, to try and develop nice mares, and you know, hopefully they go on to breed nice horses. You know, we try and source the right horses from different places, and you know, and this was a classic example of that. You know, we were put into the mare from a very good judge from Finland, a guy called Martti Alasapala, who is regarded as probably one of the better judges, and he recommended this mare for us, and yeah, he got it right.
Yeah, he did indeed. We are just going to we'll leave this colt in for a second, because we're just waiting. The fillies are just going to take a little bit for the guys. Trace might just keep walking for a bit longer, because the fillies are just going to take a little bit of time to swap over. Louise came and asked me just there before, but it is a nice little turnout going there. Ian Carmichael, from Nutrient's point of view, it's good to see these live parades and people here today getting these organised.
Yes, Paul, it's a positive venture by Pat and his team here at Yabby Day to present the yearlings for people early, and to come on the farm and see them parade under their terms and conditions. But they've been very well presented. I endorse Anton's comments that the yearlings this year are a fair way in front of last year, and it's probably a credit to all involved. But gives intending purchasers a great opportunity to come and assess the yearlings in a relaxed environment.
Thank you. I just had to pat for some time, and last time I asked Anton to do that, he didn't really like it. So I really appreciate that. The sun, something you don't normally say here at Ballarat, but the sun's got a bit of kick in it, and it's getting a few things a bit warm. That is for sure. But we won't be too long with the fillies. They'll be. Though the fillies will be coming in. It's a pity we've got Chris Lang sitting over there. Might see if we can't get Chris to come over here. We'll have a quick talk to him very quickly while we're waiting on these horses to swap over. Chris Lang Senior just there with his back. He'll do the right thing by me. So we'll just trying to get Chris's attention just to come over for 2 seconds. It won't be on camera, Chris, so it'll be fine. We're just, as I said, please be patient. The staff are just swapping the fillies over now, getting the fillies ready to come out. So all hands on deck behind the back there. But firstly, Chris, welcome to the coverage.
Thank you, Paul. Good to be here. We're getting well looked after here at Yabby Dam Farms, like we always do.
So it is. The guys are just swapping over the fillies, and it's just going to take a couple of minutes. But these sort of parades, they're terrific. It's something that gets done with the thoroughbreds for many years. But it's great that some of the trotting people are starting to do them.
Yeah, that's right. I think the only thing we're sort of lacking here is, some ladies walking around with, trays of champagne and stuff like that. But, like I say, we get very well looked after, and the more you get to see the yearlings in their own environment, I think the better off we are. Yeah,
and you'd have to be impressed, especially the way the colts just walked in. Like, this wasn't here. I was here 2 days ago and it wasn't here.
No, it's very good. It's a great place to view them, obviously. They're in very good order. Must be difficult for Anton to think he's got to sell some of these ones rather than train them, I'd think, because you'd sort of look at them and you'd want to train them all, I think, almost. So very, very well bred. As we all know, Yabby Dam sort of sets the standard a lot in that regard with, the international bloodline. So it's just a great opportunity to get here and have a look, basically.
What do you look for with the horses when they're parading around here in the parade ring? What do you actually look for?
Well, we look for the X factor, Paul, which is obviously the unknown factor. I mean, you can't see how much ability they've got, obviously. So you just look at their conformation, obviously, the obvious sort of things, is it going to go early or not, how straight it is in the legs, just general makeup of the horse, the overall picture, as well as then you try and dissect it. You like to see what sort of an attitude they've got. But essentially, it's a bit of a guessing game.
Rightio, I'm going to let you go because I've got to get back to doing some work. I really appreciate that, Chris, just joining us very, very quickly. But Anton, we've got the first of the fillies in. Well, this is going to get a few people looking up. The beauty of the fillies is that they race for the same money as the colts, especially through the Nutrient Sales Classic, and you get to purchase them, then you can get to breed from them. And this mare's just got everything tick, hasn't she, Anton? Or filly, I should say.
Oh, she's a standout filly. This filly, Paul. Obviously it's a family of the great money maker, and beautiful love you filly. There's everything to like about her. Pedigree. She's a sharp-looking filly. She's got a great walk. She's great conformation. She's a filly that's really, really, really easy on the eye. She's beautiful filly.
Chris Finazio, I know races Norquay. They have quite a few issues with her back, but she's just done a terrific job. She probably should have a better record than she has with the 9 wins. She's a quality filly, and also you've got It's All and Over as well.
Yeah, Access Success has been a good producer so far, and I know Chris, he bought the colt out of this mare last year, a Quaker Jet colt, and they really like him. And as I said, Paul, this family it's a phenomenal family, and twice they've gone to the French horses with this family, and twice it's worked. Moneymaker, she had her international money was Love You. He now stands at Hanover Shoe Farms in the States. He was a very good horse and Canadian Trotter of the Year, and then if you go down further, you got to Ready for Money, who was a Ready Cash horse who just retired to stud, made over $1 million. So it shows that this family works really well with the French horses, and this is a classic filly. This filly, it's a beautiful filly.
Moneymaker, did you happen to see him when you were overseas?
I'd never seen her race, Paul, but I seen her at the farm. I was lucky enough to spend 3 months there at Lindy Farms with Noel, and she just happened to be in the paddock when we drove past, and she was a beautiful, big, solid bay mare, and she the queen of trotting, I guess.
5.5 million. That's just unbelievable money.
Yeah, no, she was obviously a superstar. As they say, they call her the queen of trotting. She was. She done it all over the world, and it's a phenomenal family.
It is indeed, and stands up beautifully. And again, the opportunity to buy a filly by Love You, they don't come along every day. A lot of people can't afford the service fee to Love You. You can see one here with straight legs, stands up over a ground, got a quality maternal line. It's just a really good chance. And as I said, with the race incentives that they've got, $62,500 next year in the 2-year-old year, and then $125,000 the year after, guaranteed prize money.
He's been such a great sire for such a long time, Love You, and they're not going to keep making them. That's for sure. And he is getting on in age, and to keep producing horses like this, it's a credit to how good of a stallion he is. And like I said, Paul, this is a classic filly. This is a beautiful filly. Yep,
definitely. That is lot 117 we've got on here, and. Just a good family, all producing. All the beauty of it too, when you buy this filly, you want to send the progeny back to the sales. Like so far, she's the dam of 3 foals, 3-year-old and older, 2 have raced, 2 have won. You go back to Nimbled Nan, the same thing, 8 foals, 7 have raced, 3 winners, but they've also left winners. So you've got black type all the way through with those bloodlines, Anton.
Yeah, it's a very deep pedigree, Paul. Like I said, you go all the way down even to the bottom there with Ready for Money, made $1 million, just retired. He was one of the best 3-year-olds two seasons ago in North America, and it's like I said, it's just a beautiful family.
No, it is indeed, and we've got the second of the fillies ready to come in. Traces is just about to bring. As I said, I did the yearling videos here the other day. I can tell you now, Anton, the easiest filly to video. This filly here, she wouldn't have been 5 minutes in the paddock here trotting up.
Yeah, she's a filly that's come a long way in a short time, Paul. Like early days, she could be a little tricky, but she's really come on, and she's a beautiful filly. Obviously a half to a good horse that we raced here, Majestic Player. Who we sold to the States, has gone over there and done a phenomenal job. He's the fastest Australasian bred trotter. He's got a mark of 51 and 2 and made 136 races. So this is the next foal out of the mare. We haven't had one since him. So she's a beautiful filly.
Is there a reason for that, or is it just she's just a tricky mare to get in foal?
Just a tricky mare to get in foal.
Yep.
She's been a little bit of a tricky breeder, and Sarah and the team have put a lot of effort into getting her in foal, and this is a beautiful filly. The family obviously is second dam's the dam of Play On, who won an Inter Dominion, and it's a beautiful little filly, this filly.
No, it is indeed, and you can see how sensible she is, Anton. She didn't want to come in. She was a bit reluctant and all the rest, and Trace just had to coax her. Now look at her, head down, walking around, says, yep, I belong here, this is where I want to be.
Yeah, the guys, once again, Paul, the guys have done a great job with these horses. You want to see them walking around here nice and relaxed and sensible, and she's another one that come a long way, because early on when she was a foal, she was a little tricky, and credit to Steve and the crew that handle them as weanlings, and Sarah and Imogen, them girls, they do a great job with them.
Team job here, isn't it, Anton? You're well done. We better not forget Pommy either, because we'll get into trouble when we leave Pommy out of anything.
He's the best horse we got, Paul. Pom.
I'd mention his name, but I don't actually know it. That's all anyone calls him.
I don't know his name.
He's there behind the scenes doing a job. It's good. He's got the shirt on, and he takes a lot of pride, as all the staff have here. All the time, but especially this year, they're really dug in deep.
Yeah, we got a great team, Paul. Everyone's done their bit, and that's how you get to produce horses like this. It's a big place. It's not all just about the race barn. You know, there's a lot going on. You know, there's vet clinic here, and then you got the standardbred side, and you got the thoroughbred side. So the whole place, it's a big team effort, you know, and you know we appreciate that Pat gives us the opportunity to work with these horses, and you know, so it's a big team effort.
Another player, she's by Dr. Ronerail. What sort of horse was he?
I don't know him personally, Paul, at all, actually, tell you the truth.
Sorry about that, I threw you under the bus.
You threw me under the bus there.
Won't be the last time I do it to you either. Don't worry about that. That's what happened. That's what happens here
I think
today.
Ron Pierce drove him. That's all I can tell you.
Rightio. Well, you're going better. You're going better than me. That's for sure. It's the next one is ready to go. We're just giving the guys a little bit longer time, and it's definitely making the issue. As I said, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are getting these horses into condition, all dressed up, ready to bring them in. They're already in the condition. All the hard work's been done, but getting them behind the scenes and bringing them in, Gary and Louise and all the crew are doing a good job. Marika is now bringing in the lot 152, the Love You, out of Donegal Flat, who has done a terrific job in the broodmare barn, you know, especially most recently with La Serena.
Yeah, no, she's been a great broodmare. You know, this is a beautiful, another classic filly, Paul. You know, bred on the Love You Pine Chip Ardon cross, and obviously a full sister to King Casler. You know, who was a very good mare in New Zealand for the Edmonds family, and you know, La Serena recently. You know, she was in great form, and you know, and there's another filly out of this family, Côte d'Or, who is knocking on the door for a win also. You know, who's another full sister to this one, and without sounding silly, this is probably the nicest type that the mare's had that I've seen. She's a beautiful filly, this filly, you know, big tall filly, and a classic Love You filly from a phenomenal family.
We talk a lot about Sundon and the job that Sundon's done in the broodmare barn. He, of course, is by Arndon. Arndon is the sire of Pine Chip as well. Pine Chip's done a terrific job both in America and over here with limited numbers.
Yeah, and Europe also, Paul. You know, he ended up spending his last days in Europe, Pine Chip, and he was a great stallion there. You know, obviously he had great mares like Something About Mary, etc. But he's been a great broodmare side, Pine Chip, and you know, as you can see with this mare herself, she's thrown, you know, 4 or 5 really nice horses.
Yep, definitely, and this is a really nice filly. Good walking filly, gets her head out, just strolling around very, very comfortably there, and taking it all in.
Yeah, no, she's a beautiful type. You know, she's very, very smart filly, and you know, typical of the nice Love You. She's a strong bay colour and good head. You know, very relaxed, nice filly.
It's amazing the difference here in a year, Anton. Last year it was blowing a gale and very, very cold. People were going for jackets and they didn't bring enough jackets. Everyone's bailing into the shade. It's a bit warm out here in the sun at Ballarat today.
It can trick you, Ballarat. It can trick you, Paul.
I just watch it. There's a few people leaving, but they actually haven't left. They've just snuck in behind us and enjoying the hospitality. The food's cooking there as well. So it's a good family. This family goes right back to Lyell Creek, doesn't it? It's just some of these horses you forget about sometimes. You know, a quality horse like Lyell Creek, it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great family. You know, Mark Smith's family out of New Zealand there. He obviously has bred horses. Mark Cool, Amaretto's son. Arbo was a mare that I trained myself that probably I still think to this day is probably the most talented horse that we've had. She never really got to show her full potential, but she was very, very good, I thought, and yeah, obviously it's a great family.
Yeah, no, it is indeed. That is what number 152, which is the Love You out of Donegal Flat. I reckon the guys won't be far off with our next one to come in, which is going to be, too many pages to turn, 153, another of the Franco-American crosses. Anton, while we're waiting for this horse to come back into the parade ring, the Franco-American cross, it's something that's proven in the overseas and is really, really starting to take off, especially with a horse like Classic Connection.
Yeah, Paul, it just works, you know. Pretty smart guy told me once that, you know, the best horses in the world will come out of breeding the Franco-American horses in the next 10 years, and you know, I think he's proven it time and time again, Mr. Dubois, that it works, and you know, this is a filly from one of his great families. You know, this is a mare that we're very, very lucky to be able to purchase. You don't get mares like this very often, and yeah, this is a very special filly as far as the pedigree goes, Paul.
Can you go a little bit more into the pedigree? Because I can honestly say Italian French, it's well and truly out of my leagues, Anton.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal family. Obviously, the second Dam Island Dream was a great mare herself. She was a Group 1 winning mare and made nearly 800,000. She's a dam of a horse called Infinitive, who was a superstar, made $1 million, and he's actually the sire of, probably the best horse in North America there right now, a horse called Equerry D. And, then you've got Viva Island, and it's just a phenomenal family, this family, and probably, it's as good as any family anywhere in the world.
That's a pretty important update there. Infinitive, I presume that's how we say it, is the Italian. He's actually a sire who's leaving winners in America.
Yeah, he's been a great stallion, Infinitive, and like I said, in Equerry D, he's probably rated as the number 1 horse in North America right now. He only had a handful of starts there and absolutely brained them, but yeah, he's the sire of that horse, and like I said, if you go back down to mare called Clarabelle, she's the dam of a horse called Quattro di Giulio, who was probably one of the best 3-year-olds in North America last year. So it's just a unbelievably good family.
Yeah, it does, and I must give Auntie a big rap if he's watching this back. He stands them up in front of the camera, does a good job so people are able to actually sit there and be able to see them.
He knows what he's doing, Paul. He's a great horseman, and he does a great job.
Even if he answers to Bjorn better than Auntie, but I'll go with the Auntie. It's good to have him back too, I would imagine, Anton.
It's phenomenal, yeah, and just so people know, the cut on this horse's leg, it's we've got a vet report for it. It's superficial. There's no damage to tendons or anything like that. All these horses have been X-rayed, and like I said, that cut on her leg, it is just superficial, and there is a vet report to come with it.
And while we're on that with the X-rays and talking about those X-rays, they're available. Sarah's X-rayed every horse, so they're available for people to inspect, and by that they can actually get them sent to their own vets, and they can look at them as well as listen to Sarah's reports herself.
Yeah, definitely, Paul. You just get in touch with Sarah or Pat, and they'll organise for that to happen. We X-rayed all the horses, and she sat down and spent hours doing reports, and so that's all available also. And
there's 2 that have been taken out of this draft. The reason being is they haven't necessarily passed the vets. When I say that, there was issues. There was slight issues, so Pat doesn't want to put them through the sales.
Yeah. A couple had OCD issues in tricky spots, and it's a credit to Pat for taking that initiative, because the last thing we want to do is sell horses with problems, and so he thought the right thing to do was X-ray everything, and he got with Sarah, and they had a look and decided just to pull them 2 out, and but as I said, with this filly here, it is just superficial. Their X-rays are clean, and so that's why we decided to keep her in.
I think that part's really key. The fact that you have taken those couple out, so it's a sign that there is. Those going there, got the close up of the back legs going out as she did. Well done to the cameraman. He's doing a good job. He's sitting there in the sun baking. He doesn't have any shade. He doesn't have any shade at all. And I must say, I'm fast losing mine, but it'll be fine. We're getting there. We've got the next one coming in, which is Duchess Ella. So this is a family that a lot of people will remember. It was raced by Ross Graham from memory, Anton. I hope I am correct there. 14 wins herself.
Yeah, no, she was a great little mare, Duchess Ella. She done the rounds. She started at Ross Graham's, and then she made her way to Blake's, and then she made her way down here to us, and she was a very good race mare, Duchess Ella. She obviously got a mark of 57, made over 120,000, and we sadly we lost her first foal, which was a beautiful Andover Hall colt, and been a little bit of a tricky mare to get back in foal, and so this was the second foal out of the mare, and it's very, very much like the dam, a little bit different to the other Volsteads. She definitely threw to a dam this filly. Duchess Ella is a strong, compact filly, and obviously she was very fast, but this filly here is much typical to the mare, more so than the stallion.
Mark Barton, he's possibly sitting back watching this as he goes. He's big on type, and he says like he looks for horses with big barrels and big strong build and the like. This filly's got that, hasn't she?
Yeah, everything's in the right spot, Paul. She's just a good type good type of filly. To me, she seems to be a very safe bet. If I was buying a filly, she would be one that I'd be definitely looking at, because it's a family that seems to make it. Obviously you get down to superstars like Temporale and Wilmer's Mate and likes of them, but it's a family that seems to get there, and like this filly, to me, she just is that type of horse.
We go back to Tabella Robin. She 13 foals, 8 race, 5 of those have won. One of those being Rob the Nest, who was the New Zealand Broodmare of the Year. Dam of 11 foals herself, 9 race, 7 of those have won. When you can buy a filly and potentially put win races, race it till it's 6 and 7 years of age, then be able to put it back through the nutrient sale. And go from there in a couple of years' time. It's good residual value, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, Paul. And like I said, this family just keeps giving, and you look down at the third dam there, it's just winner after winner, and good horse after good horse. Which is also very important. It's all right to have winners, but you want to see them good ones, and that family's got plenty of them.
We have indeed. We're just waiting on one coming through. We've got Steve on the lead, but I don't think Steve will be walking one in the parade.
I don't think so.
Sorry, you want me to be sensible the whole time? Is that what you're after, or
we might have to go and get a racehorse?
He'll be coming. He's done a good job, Steve, with these. He's been working with them for a long time, and they're beautifully educated, aren't they?
Oh, phenomenal, mate. He's he's been a massive asset to the farm. He what he's done with these babies from when they were weanlings. He's got them doing everything right. As you can see, they're all very sensible and nice horses to handle, Paul. They're all good horses to handle. They're nice to be around, and I think that's an important thing.
Indeed. I might, Mr. Carmichael, if you wanted to, you might actually grab that speaker over there and bring it here, because everyone's bailing for the shade because the sun has got a little bit of kick in it. So you're fine, Anton. You can, you're no worries there at all. People are getting in there and they're taking the shade. So that part's good. As the next horse is just starting to come in, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to look at this filly. I've got no doubt about that. This is the Father Patrick, lot 159, out of Elusive Jet.
Paul, this is a star filly. I don't know personally if there's ever been a filly gone to auction in Australia like this, with a pedigree like this, and it's a very, very beautiful, high quality filly. She's everything to like about her. She's a big, strong filly, got plenty of length. She's just gorgeous, and out of an amazing family. The dam is a full sister to Droll de Jet, who's one of the best horses in Europe right now, and he obviously made over €1 million already, and it's a family of great horses, and this is a very, very nice filly, and we have the brother to this mare, 2-year-old Mr. Jet, a Bold Eagle colt, and he's a colt that we've got a lot of time for. We think he's a very nice colt, and this is a beautiful filly.
This filly is a full sister to quite a few horses in this, but Droll de Jet is a full sister. That's pretty important. Oh, sorry, not this filly. Elusive Jet is a full sister of these quality champion French bloodlines.
Yeah, like I said, Paul, it's a mare that Pat was lucky enough to purchase through Jonathan Dubois, and he, couldn't wait to jump at the opportunity to purchase a mare like this. He was very, very happy to get this mare, and we thought straight away we'll go with the. We actually bred Mr. Jet in France. We put the mare in foal to Bold Eagle over there, and Pat was quite keen to get some American blood into this family, and that's why we've gone to Father Patrick, but she's very different to a lot of the Father Patricks, this mare. She's quite big and strong, and very, very similar to a dam. She looks just like her mum. You talk a lot about Mr. Duvar and his I suppose, positivity about breeding. The fact that he went back to Cocktail Jet 3 times, and unfortunately Elusive Jet was unraced herself, but the other 2 were superstars. It's a good sign of confidence. A bloke that is world renowned in his breeding, that to continue, and you guys have been able to purchase one of those horses. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to build a great relationship with him and his sons, John Etienne also. So yeah, we, like I said, them guys, they don't get it wrong too often, but this was a mare that he said to Pat that he recommended he should buy, and like I said, Pat jumped at the opportunity, and yeah, she's a beautiful mare, and this is a beautiful filly.
Yeah, definitely she is indeed, and very, very relaxed. Good, strong filly, isn't she?
Yeah. Like I said, Paul, she's a dead ringer for her mum. She's got a big frame. She's got a lot of length, and she's intelligent. She's a nice horse.
Yeah, she is indeed. There's a good turnout of people here. If the barbecue's cooking, we had the big waft of smoke come through before, so everyone's getting nice and hungry. But they've all taken in the shade. But there's still some keen onlookers there down the back. Peter Wharton and the likes, Anton.
Yeah, the purists are there, Paul.
There'd be a lot of sense spoken over there, wouldn't there?
Yeah. Love to be a fly.
But no, it is good, and it's a good turnout. And as I said, don't worry that it looks like the crowd's disappeared. They've just come in behind us and into the shade. So, and again, this is another of those Franco-American cross bloodlines that you guys are very, very keen on.
Yeah, like I said, Paul, when Pat purchased this mare, we couldn't wait to get to be able to breed her to an American stallion, and Father Patrick was the choice for us, and this is a beautiful filly that he's produced.
Yeah, is indeed, and again, very, very well educated. That is, as I said, Father Patrick out of Elusive Jet, lot number 159. Again, don't forget all these horses are eligible for the Nutrient Sales Classic, Vic Bred, Australian Breeders' Crown, New Zealand Sire Stakes, and the Victorian Need for Speed, which is key, and I want people to make sure they're aware of those. Plus, you're also eligible for the $500 float rebate to fly these horses back to New Zealand if you're in that way. So please do not forget all these incentives. The next little filly is just starting to make her way in. I've got to stop saying that because she's not little, and she is starting to make her way in now. We've got Marika bringing her in here. This is a Volstead out of Felice Madrick. Again, another of the Volsteads, but a different mare cross again, with this one being by Royal Dream, a horse I don't know a lot about, Anton.
Yeah, this is another classic bred filly, Paul. This is a beautiful filly from one of the better French families in the stud book. The second dam, Lady Madrick, she was a Group 2 winner and Group 1 placed, and she's the dam of one of the best horses recent times in Europe, a horse called the Best Madrick, who's gone on and do a great job as a stallion. It's a horse that we stand here ourselves via Frozen Seaman, but it's a phenomenal French family. Nina Madrick made $800,000, and a horse that I know personally, Arnaud Deux, was in the stable when I was there in France, and it's just a great family. And the dam of this horse, the Royal Dream, was a great son of Love You, and she was actually a talented mare but had an issue, and we only ever got to race her twice, and decided to go straight to stud, and this is her first foal. It's a beautiful Volstead filly.
So the Breast Madrick, another of the stallions. So this is the beauty of Pat's bloodlines. Like a lot of people get them with, I suppose, good race horses and good mares, but we've had a couple of quality stallions standing, in the world stage, and you can buy direct bloodlines to those through this sale.
Yeah, no, we're very fortunate. Pat sourced these mares and been able to bring them down here, and these are really world class families, Paul. These are families that bring top dollar everywhere, all over the world. And it's a tribute, a great thing, an asset, to have these mares here.
Yeah, it is indeed, and again another of the Volsteads. But like I said, I don't think one of the Volsteads has got the same crosses. This horse got quite a few little ticks in there too. Love You sneaks back about 3 generations. You don't see that too often, but especially over here in Australia. But managed to sneak back there just that little bit. But just a lovely walk, and filly got the ears forward and given Marika quite a nice easy walk there.
Yeah, no, good smart filly. Look, she sees a bit of straw there. She
wanted to eat it.
Yeah, wants to eat it, which is always a great sign. You don't want them nervous and stressing out and anything like that. If they can see food and still want to go to it, it's a great sign. So, yeah, she's a beautiful filly, Paul. Just very straightforward. Good type.
As very and impressive bloodlines. Like I said, I thought I just looked at the best Madrid and just assumed it was a mare for some reason, and realised then when you said about it, I said, yeah, he does stand here with the frozen semen, and that's another opportunity here with Yabby Dam Farms and Harassed Trotters, Anton, with the frozen semen and the mares. Next year, obviously, we're out of breeding season as we speak, but it's the opportunities that Yabby Dam Farm and Harassed Trotters gives breeders here in Australia to improve their own trotting bloodlines is just incredible, isn't it?
Oh, Paul, it's it's such a massive asset to be able to breed to these world-class stallions. Our breeds come a long way, but I still think we're a fair way behind, particularly with the trotters. I know there's a massive push there for colonial stallions and the likes, which is all good, but we still need to be breeding these horses. These are truly world-class horses, and to be able to produce world-class horses, I think you've got to be able to breed to them. And it's a great thing to be able to get access to these horses. We're very lucky.
Yeah, and the body type that we've been able to get here as well. Like, it's one thing I said to myself, I've got to correct myself there when this filly walked in, because she's clearly not a little. You say little because they're only young horses in their way, but the style of trotter, the physique of these trotters, especially these fillies, they look like colts, a lot of them, don't they? You could be excused for getting yourself confused.
Oh, definitely, Paul. They're strong. They've got strong bone structure. They're good, strong horses, and that's typical of the French horses. Generally, they're quite more masculine, I guess, compared to probably the American horses, and that's why you try and mix the blood and get something in between.
Yep, definitely, and musculine but fast looking. You'd have to say, Anton, would be the way to sort of say them. To say about them, I shouldn't say that. This little filly coming in here. This is a bloodline that a lot of people have got something along the lines. I said it again, didn't I? Yeah, she's not little. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm getting corrected, and rightfully so, because she does stand up over a lot of ground. But a lot of people have had something to do with this whole family, the Pretty Peggy Sue family.
Yeah, no, it's been a great family for us, Paul. Obviously the two sisters to this filly we raced, and Kinvara Sue was a two-time Group 1 winner, and Pretty Majestic was a one-time Group 1 winner who went on to do a good job in New Zealand for RJ and Johnny Dunn. She ended up being New Zealand Trotting Mare of the Year, so she won an Oak Series as a 3-year-old before we sent her over there, and it's been a great family, this family, and a great filly family also, and this is beautiful filly. Obviously we got a lot of time for the Quaker Jets, and it's a filly that we really like.
Yep, Quaker Jet being by Love You. The maternal side of this, as I said there before, like you've got Illawong Armstrong, so you've got the likes of Jodie Quinlan, you've got Spider Girl, David Aiken, you've got Cover of Darkness there with just across the road with the Tonkins, and then as you said yourself, Anton, you've had a huge run with Kinvara Sue, Ravon Hall, Pretty Majestic, actually, and I forgot the Kiyang. So there's a lot of people who have had a lot to do with this maternal line and had a lot of success with it.
It's been a great family for a long time, Paul. This Maori family, it's a family that just keeps producing good horses year in, year out. And like I said, this mare herself, Pretty Peggy Sue, she's been a great brood mare. Already thrown 2 Group 1 winners, and and Ravon Hall's not a bad horse himself. So it's it's a chance to get a really, really high quality filly.
Ravon Hall is still racing too, isn't he? Or will still be racing?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Jimmy Rattray's got him up there in Sydney and done a great job with him. I think he's made over 50,000 now. So, they love him. So he's a good horse.
I think one of the great things when you get to look back on our sales catalogue and you have a look at some of the horses, like I said before with the Pizza Queen, when they came in, you just look at some of the bloodlines. Spider Girl, Illawong Armstrong, Illawong Stardust. It's just cracking families back in the, but then you look at a horse like Pretty Majestic and New Zealand age trotting mare of the year. It's so much to enjoy about looking back in catalogues and remembering how good these horses were.
Yeah, no, it's probably you don't really get a chance to realise until you get to look at these catalogues. We've been lucky to have some really good mares and really good horses. So it probably wasn't until last year that we sat down and looked at the catalogues that you realise that you're adding to the stud book, you know. And this is a mare that Pat bought, you know, and basically everyone that he's bred out of the mare has done a good job. So it's rewarding.
Yeah, no, it would be, and I'm sure Pat gets a great kick out of sitting back and watching those ones go through. This next one, a lot of people are going to want to be looking at this filly. She's coming in now with Marika. I'll put the banner up for her, which is she's another of the Quaker Jets, because Quaker Jet being by Love You, out of the Ready Cash. So this is where I'm sure there'll be a lot of people looking at this cross here. Mare in Ready to Shine. She only had the 5 placings herself from 11 starts, but just a great maternal family, being a half sister to Adela's Dash, Glenferrie Dreamer, and Glenferrie Burn.
Yeah, no, this is a beautiful filly. I love this filly, Paul. The dam of this horse was actually quite good. She was very fast, but had soundness issues. You know, we decided to breed her specifically to Quaker Jet to clean up them little things, and you know, that's what we've done with a lot of our mares. You know, to try and clean up the conformation, etc. We breed them to Quaker Jet because he throws such a good conformation horse, you know, and yeah, that's why we went to this filly, and yeah, Pat got it right, I guess, and he's bred another beautiful filly here. And
it's a cross that works, Anton, with Quake Proof. We've got Mick Barbie and Anne-Marie Conroy. They're here today enjoying the festivities and the hospitality. He's a horse, just takes a little bit of time, Quake Proof, but he's really going to progress. He may be even still another season away, but he's a high-speed horse, and you can see plenty of development still coming in him, a horse that you had early on.
Yeah, you know, that's typical of the French horses, Paul. You know, they generally get better with age. You know, they're maybe not as precocious as some of the American side horses, but you know, you'll find as they get older, they get better. And you know, we've seen it now with the likes of, you know, I'm Ready Jet and a couple of others there that, you know, as they get older, they get better, they get stronger. And you know, this filly here, she's you know, obviously the mum's a sister to a good mare that we had here, Glenferrie Burn. You know, a good little Muscle Hill mare, and obviously the family of Josh Dickey's great horse there, Speeding Spur. You know, he made over $1 million, and it's just a classic, you know, great family. And yeah, this is a beautiful filly.
Yep, all cashed up as well back there. Another Ready Cash horse that did a terrific job. He was second in the Victorian Derby. I was going to say he won a Victorian Derby, all cashed up, but he didn't. He ran second in the Victorian Derby. He was a quality horse himself, Anton.
Yeah, no, he is, Paul. You know, he's actually not far from being back at the races, all cashed up. You know, he's probably only a couple of weeks away from the trials. He's come back, probably the best he's ever come back, to tell the truth. At this stage, you know, we're yeah, probably only a couple of weeks from the trials with him, and on his day, he's a very fast horse.
Another thing, like I say, before you buy fillies, you're buying residual. You got the 2 tones. You can hopefully race them and win the Oaks and the Derby and the Inter Dominion and the Great Southern Star. We're all allowed to dream as big as we want. Plus, you also want to win the Nutrien race series, the Nutrien Sales Classic Trotter Series, which is $62,500 for the 2-year-olds and $125,000 for the 3-year-olds, and it's only sex, like, so it's the fillies, and then it's also the colts and geldings. But if you put this filly to the broodmare barn, all that black type there, and we talk about a horse like All Cashed Up, you know, he could really frank that form again. You know, again, Quake Proof. They're still racing, they're still current, and they've got plenty of good wins still left in them.
Yeah, no, Paul. Like, as we just alluded to, you know, they get better with age, and you know, this is a filly that's yeah, really typical of a nice little Quaker Jet filly. You know, she reminds me very much of Revelstoke at the same stage. She's very similar type, and you know, she's a really nice filly.
No, she is indeed, and I think she's just leaving us now as the sun glare is really starting to get to me here over the back, but hopefully I'll bring the right horse up. This is the Volkstead filly with the interesting little breeding. While we're waiting for this horse to come in, Anton, one of the things a lot of people will look back and see a lot of pacing in here as she is coming across now. Being the second dam, Zanola Starbuck, is by Christian Cullen. A little known fact that True Roman is Christian Cullen's uncle, I suppose, is the best way of actually putting it. So some people might say there's not a lot of trot in there. There's one of the greatest trotters I've had anything to do with anyway, with True Roman.
Yeah, you know, and if you look back down to the fourth dam now and Zen, Paul, she's actually by Chiola Hanover.
Yep.
So that was the reason why Pat purchased this mare. You know, he's seen that in the pedigree, and you know, a lot of our great trotters over the years, Larko Karatra, etc., are pacing bred, so this was basically one of Pat's experiments, I'd say. He bought the mare as a yearling with the intention to always breed her to trotters. Better's Delight, he's actually thrown a couple of very, very good trotters over the years, and so Pat's seen this mare for sale in New Zealand and purchased her, and this is her first foal.
24 trotting winners himself, Better's Delight, and also 3 of those have been Group 1 winners. Darren Hancock, he does a great job with them. He's had a couple of really high-profile Better's Delight's horse stallions. David Aiken actually said to me, I asked him one day about pacing trotters and what makes why some pacing bred horses trot so well, and he said it's because they want to. When we trotted this filly up for the videos, that's all she wanted to do was just trot. She just loves trotting.
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. They got to want to trot. You obviously get a lot of horses that are so-called trotting bred and they don't want no part of it. But when you do get them paces that trot, that's a perfect way to put it. They want to trot, and as you said in this filly's video, that's all she wanted to do. And that was the intention when Pat bought the mare. Like I said, you see Chiola Hanover down there in the 4th Dam, and he was always intending to breed her to trotting horses.
And it gives Volkstead a great chance too. Like I said, you've got quite a few in the draft, but they're all out of different mares, and this one, of course, is out of a Better's Delight mare. So, real looker though. Look at the years forward, and she's very happy to be here.
Yeah, no, she's an attractive filly, Paul. She's a good-looking filly, and as you can see her stand up square there, she's a good type, and hopefully she can be a good racehorse.
I think that's Bjorn's last appearance in here. He's done a brilliant job for us, though.
Thank you, Bjorn.
I might get to the bottom of that one day. To actually, he might have actually heard us. So yeah, that is lot number 227. We've got one more to go, Anton. I appreciate everyone for logging on. As I said, if you've got any questions for Anton, please fire them on the Facebook feed, and I'll get back to them very, very quickly. The look on the two gentlemen's faces in front of me, they're a little bit worried about that. We won't be going for much longer because, as I said, the heat is definitely a little bit warm. The brother's got nothing over the back of the neck. He's going to have a red back of the neck as well. But we've only got the one left to go. But good turnout of people. Chris Finozio. We want people to go out the back and have a look at these later on, Anton. But we just want them to wait probably for this last horse.
Yeah, no, everyone's welcome, Paul, to go out back and look at the horses, and obviously the food and drinks available too also, so everyone's welcome to stick around and have a look at the horses they choose to look at.
Yep, definitely, and we encourage that, and that's what the idea of being here on these open days. Obviously, you can watch the live stream. Did get up a little bit later than it was planned to, but that's okay. We're on top of all those things. I've got the head shake going in front of me, and we've got it all going right now anyway. So we must remind people too that these horses will go on sale at the nutrient sale at Oaklands Junction on April 3rd on the Saturday at 1 o'clock. There'll be a live Yearling Parade, and that will go up at 1 o'clock, go out live on the day. So every yearling will be parading, including this draft, Anton. So it's a bit of fun. We encourage people to hang around later on that afternoon too and inspect the horses at the Oaklands Junction.
No, definitely, Paul. It just gives everyone another opportunity to look at the horses, and I guess with anything, it's all the more homework you do, the better it is. We're all trying to find them good horses, and some every now and then we get lucky, but I think the more homework, the more chances you get to look at the horses, the better.
Yep, definitely. And as I said, everyone's been in here and having a really, really good look at them. This is the last filly we have to parade and offer up for Yabby Dam Farms here today. This is the Volkstead out of Val Gardena, a winner of $122,000 herself and 12 wins. And this is the dam of 1 3-year-old foal, which was Gardena Ronda, who has had the 1 2-year-old win.
Yeah, no, and just a quick update there, Paul. Gardena Ronda, she was actually third last night in the Group 1 fillies race at Melton. So that was a great thing, great for the horse, great for the farm. She's a filly by use to me, so a good update there for the mare that Gardena Ronda was third in Group 1 last night, and obviously it's a mare that we trained here, Val Gardena. She was a good mare. She won the Breeders' Crown as a 4-year-old and went on to make 120,000 and very good American family. The family of Christus Crown and them down there, North American family. It's a great family. So, yeah, this is a filly that very different to the other Volsteads. She's a different coloured sort of filly.
She's a beautiful colour, isn't she?
Yeah, very good, strong, dark colour, and just probably another little update, I guess. The filly last year, Quaker Jet filly out of this mare, we unfortunately, turned out to be fortunate, but we ended up having to bring her home. She's probably our best 2-year-old, the Quaker Jet filly out of Val Gardena.
There's a smoky. We weren't getting. I wasn't thinking we were going to get tips. Ian Carmichael's actually stood up now. He was ready to go to sleep, but he stood up now, ready to get the tip.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it, Paul, to tell you the truth.
But that's a great update. But this filly herself, she'll sell herself. Anton, look at her. What a cracker! You can look at the bloodlines, but what a cracking filly.
Yeah, she's a beautiful filly. Yeah, like I said, Paul, she's much more to the Cadabra line, and dark horse, and a lot of length. Good looking filly.
Yep, definitely. So that's a little bit of a wrap. We'll let Trace know that we will call it because it's been a very long day. We appreciate everyone that's tuned in onto the live feed. Anton, I might just get you to firstly, I'm going to say thank you, and
thank you.
Well done. You've done a terrific job. We were a little bit, I suppose, ad hoc at getting things ready. I might just get you to give that microphone very, very quickly to Mr. Ian Carmichael. Ian, we just want to make sure that people get all their, I suppose, everything in order, like their bidding slips, bidding slips, be registered prior to April 3rd, because you can do it on the day, but it gets messy. We want people to be able to get all registered and organised prior to the sale on April 3rd.
Correct, Paul. If you go online, you can log on, and application for your bidding number and everything can be all done online. Or if you need a hand, just give me a call and we'll work our way through the process. But yeah.
And you can give yourself a call, and MYO a call. There's quite a few people we can actually ring and go from there. The little brother's doing a bit of artwork there. He's zoomed in on the sign, so he's done a good job. I must say, a very big thank you to Grant. We did have a few little issues. One was mainly power, and then it just went pear-shaped from there, but I appreciate everyone's helps from behind the scenes. Big shout out to all the staff, Gary Toolman and Louise, for driving it behind there as well. They've done a great job. The presentation, Ian, of these fillies and colts and geldings on the day has just been sensational, hasn't it?
That's correct, Paul. The improvement from last year to this year is a credit to everyone involved, and hopefully it all stems forward to a very positive sale for them going forward.
And I'll give a big shout out to Bianca Brio for getting some audio set up here for the people on site. So well done to her. There was a lot of people feverishly trying to get things done behind the scenes, but we got it out there, and I'm very, very happy. So make sure you get organised, get your bid cards organised for April 3rd. We want them all organised probably by the 1st of April, and get yourself ready. But thank you very much for joining us for the live feed here today, live from Harasta Trotters.